I think this is where I'm going to differ the most from the consensus. I have Milwaukee in their own tier by themselves next. Um, a lot of people have aptly pointed out they don't really have a point guard. You know, Cole Anthony is fine, but he's probably better suited as a reserve guard than as a starter. Um, I just love what they did. You know, they had to jump through some crazy hoops to get Turner and to make all these changes to their roster, but I love it. You know, they clearly decided that they are not going to lose Giannis by just sitting on their hands. You know, they said we're gonna keep on doubling down. We're gonna keep investing in this guy, and if it doesn't work out, so be it. You know, it's gonna get ugly either way if he decides to leave. So we're just gonna put everything we have into this. And so, you know, Giannis has also said, he said in his end of season comments after they lost to the Pacers, that he wants to play more like LeBron. He wants to have more of a chance to be that initiating ball handler. And in particular, if he wants to do that, then Turner is a great fit. You know, I think he's just a better version of Brook Lopez at this point in his career in pretty much every way. You know, I don't think that he's going to age super gracefully. You know, the last year of that contract could be kind of questionable. You know, he's had some medical red flags. Actually, a really funny story from when he was coming out in the draft, because literally just the way that he runs was highlighted as a red flag just because of the way that it distributes forces around his lower extremities. They, you know, a lot of doctors for teams thought that that was a risk, and that was going to kind of line him up for injuries going forward in his career. But he's been good. You know, he was really good for Indiana. I think this is an even better fit for him because, you know, Milwaukee's going to play a lot slower. He's going to space the floor. He's going to protect the rim. That's exactly what you need with Giannis. You know, like I said, we saw that work with Brook Lopez while he was still a little bit younger. Brook Lopez is just at a different stage of his career now. And they have a ton of other guys who can shoot. So I think Milwaukee is going to be really good. Giannis, I think, is just by far the best player in the conference with Tatum being out this year. I think, you know, even from him to Brunson, I think is a really big gap. So I really like Milwaukee. I really like what they did. I think they're going to be really good. The next tier after that, and this will be where I wrap up this, I'll do another part 1, part 2, maybe even a part 3 if I forget about something again. But the next tier is Orlando, Atlanta, and Detroit. Again, a lot of people would have